Let's quickly have a conversation about how to set up a Walmart to eBay dropshipping business. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you are to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to explain to you how to set up a Walmart to eBay dropshipping business. The first thing you need to do is to set up your eBay store. This is important. If you already have an account, no problem. But if you don't, you need to create an account and then you simply log into the account and visit the My eBay tab and select selling. And so if you click on sell on the homepage, also you can access that part of the website. And eBay is going to ask you, tell us what you are selling. And so you'll be asked to provide information about the product, but also you'll be asked to provide some basic information such as your name, address, city, and contact details to help set up and verify your account. One thing I want to say here is that you can actually start your eBay store as a side gig. So you register in your whole name, but if you really want to bring your store to another level, it is important to set it up as a business. As a one-person show, you can actually set up a single member LLC. That way you are divorcing your personal affairs from your business's affairs. This is very important down the road, especially if you want to dropship from Walmart to eBay. Another thing I want to say here is that if you already have a buyer's account with some feedback, use this instead, because this will go a long way to provide authenticity and trust to buyers on the platform. Okay, because people have seen you, they know that you've been around for a while, you have gathered some accolades in the last few months or years, so that adds some credibility to your account. The bottom line here is that an eBay store is vital to your success as a seller on eBay, especially if you want to dropship from Walmart onto eBay. Because if as a seller on eBay, you have access to discounted fees, you're able to list more products per month, which at the end of the day allows you to scale your store faster, right? And so you want to set up those things, especially as I was just telling you earlier, you want to set things up as a business. And you want to do this not only on eBay, but also if you want to do a multi-channel strategy, for instance, actually selling on eBay, but also on Amazon or Shopify at the same time. So having a business can help you do all of these things quickly. After setting up your eBay store, you need to set up something called eBay Managed Payments. You need to connect to eBay Managed Payments. So it's very important to understand that once you provide all the necessary information, you gotta connect to your payment processor so that eBay will be able to charge you for your eBay fees, and so that they can also pay you out for your sales, right? So how does it work? You as a buyer, let's say a customer purchases one of your items. eBay will manage the payment transaction. You receive the payouts, okay? You can receive the payouts in your checking accounts, for instance, with no need to transfer funds between accounts, or you can receive the payouts in your checking accounts via Payoneer accounts. So to register, you need a few things. If you receive the payouts in your checking accounts, or if you receive the payouts via your linked Payoneer accounts, there are some I would say some conditions. So when you register, eBay will need to verify your identity, checking account details, and company, if applicable, to allow them to initiate payouts to your selected checking account. And you can link your account during the Managed Payments registration. Okay, this is very easy. And if eBay cannot verify your information for any reason, they'll notify you in the My eBay messages and put an alert on your eBay account to let you know that they're having difficulty verifying your information. And so there are several payment methods that are accepted on the platform. So Visa, MasterCard, Discover, American Express, PayPal, PayPal Credit. Apple Pay, and Google Pay. So this is important. And there are some restricted items. So as a seller, you need to follow the guidelines in the eBay's prohibited and restricted items policy. This is very, very important. Okay, don't take this lightly. And managed payments sellers may have some additional restrictions on what they can list based on the international eBay site they're listed on. And listings for any restricted items will be automatically ended and added to your unsold folder at the time your account is activated. Okay, so those are things you need to pay attention to. You also need to pay attention to orders and shipping, managed payment selling fees, refunds. If there are payment disputes, eBay has a whole catalog of policies around that, and we really recommend that you read those. And it's also important to understand that once you register, eBay will activate your account for managed payments, which can take between a few hours and a few weeks to complete as they roll out the managed payments program. Okay, so within 24 hours of activation, your existing eBay listings will automatically be set up for managed payments, and you won't need to make any payments to them. So this is pretty good. So this is how things are done on the eBay side. Now let's talk about Walmart. Let's talk about specifically about Walmart dropshipping. Okay, you need to set up your store policies for Walmart dropshipping. This is very important because having the right policies here will allow you to operate your dropshipping business in a more compliant way, and this is specific to what suppliers you are using. Okay, so you need to visit the business policies page on eBay, and you need to click on opt-in and get started. And you want to click again on get started. You can opt out. You can actually opt out at any time. Okay, so now when you click back on account setting, you will see the business policies section appear at the bottom of your screen. So here is your dashboard featuring the business policies section. Next, you need to go into your business policies section and create a policy. And this would allow you to create a payment policy, a returns policy, or a shipping policy. Let's quickly go through those three. So payment policy. So this is basically a standard across the various suppliers you choose to work with and only relies on how you wish to handle payments. Here you will log in and name your policy something similar to payment policy, and then enter in which payment providers you wish to use. Make sure you set a default payment policy and select the payment provider that you are working with. In our case, we use a Payoneer. Okay. Now let's talk about the returns policy. The policy will be specific to Walmart, so that you can actually handle returns from Walmart. So you can name your policy something like return policy for Walmart. Okay, domestic returns are accepted. You need to think about who will pay for return shipping. It's important. And once you do that, just save. And then you want to create also a shipping policy. Okay, you can create a shipping policy, or you can edit the current one if you already have one. Your shipping policy will need to reflect what kind of shipping you are offering to your Walmart subscription. It really depends on your Walmart subscription. If you are using Walmart Plus, you will likely be offering free shipping for all of your products. If you're not, then you'll be charged $5.99 in shipping for any products that cost less than $35, which you will likely need to pass on to your buyers. Okay, so you just save your changes. Step number 4, you need to source items. So basically the whole idea is to dropship from Walmart to eBay, right? So you need to source hot Walmart products, items that are selling like crazy. You need to source those on the Walmart platform. There are a lot of ways you can do this. You can actually use your own experience, your personal experience about your niche. You can also go on Walmart and look for the best sellers. So the best sellers on Walmart. Okay, so what we're doing here is trying to find other dropshippers using Walmart as their suppliers. Okay, and one thing that's very important here is that we have actually covered this on other shows. Instead of doing it manually, it's a lot easier to use tools for that. And we have actually covered some of this on other shows. For instance, we have a video on the top 10 Amazon online arbitrage tools that show you high profit items to sell on Amazon. Even though the topic was on Amazon, all of those tools are multi-channels. So you can actually source very cheap products on other platforms besides Amazon. So you can source products on Walmart, on Facebook Marketplace, and so on and so forth. So for instance, we have here Jungle Scout, which is great. This is a great platform. You can actually source products from Walmart. We have also here, in terms of pricing for Jungle Scout, you have the basic $29, the suite $49, and professional $84. We have Atlas. Atlas is another great player actually that you can use to source products from other platforms and actually sell on Amazon or eBay. And you can see the pricing here. You have ungated at 85, 139, and toys 139. We have also Smart Scout, another great product, another great tool you can use to source hot products on Walmart. All you need to do is just to integrate the software to the Walmart tool, to the Walmart platform. Okay, and in terms of pricing, you have starter $97, Pro $197, and Enterprise $297. We also have BrickSeek, another great product that helps you do online arbitrage and retail arbitrage. And in terms of pricing, you can see that the basic is free. Then you have $9.99 and $29.99. Then we have Scan Scout. It's another great player here. And in terms of pricing, it goes from the free version to $4 per month, $49 per month, and $89 per month, or $69 per month. This is an extension that you can use for Amazon, but also for other platforms. We have AMZ Online Arbitrage, another great product here, and they do have a free extension. We have Tactical Arbitrage, another great player that you can use. The thing here is that you need to see what tool works for you, what tool actually is better in terms of sourcing products from Walmart. In terms of pricing, you have it goes from $50 to $95. We also have BuyBot Pro, and here in terms of pricing, we have $29.95 and $39.95. We have Source Mogul here, another great player here, and you can use this tool also in terms of pricing, $67 and $880. And we have FBA Wizard, and the price range $75 to $100 per month. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another session of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. I'm still having a conversation with you about how to set up a Walmart to eBay dropshipping business. And step number 1, set up eBay. Number 2, you want to set up manage eBay, manage payments. Number 3, you want to set up a Walmart dropshipping. Number 4, you want to source items. Number 5, you need to think about eBay listing. Okay, so you want to list your Walmart products on eBay. Very important. And let me touch on the most important elements when listing your products on eBay to allow you to have maximum listing visibility. And first, you need to create your listing, right? So you need to click on sell on the top corner of your eBay store, and you'll actually be presented with a screen asking you to tell us what you're selling. From there, you simply enter the name of your products and find a similar listing to the one you are selling with the same specs. And once you find one that is similar, you simply need to actually select it, and you'll get to a screen where you can update the title. Okay. Now, the thing that we have thought about, and that's very important here, is you want to use a descriptive title so that you can get the important keywords into your listings, right? You want the eBay algorithm to actually be able to rank your product, to rank your store high. So, and you also want to help potential buyers find the listing more easily by doing something called eBay SEO. You also need to select the conditions of your item and make sure that you upload as many images of the products as possible. And please use sharp images. We actually recommend trying to add a unique image for your main image, as it allows your listing to stand out further. Okay, this is important. And So besides all of those things, there are other details you need to fill out. Especially if your goal is to optimize your listing further, it's important. You want to pay attention to your title and subtitle, the categories, the description, the item specifics, the photos, the shipping and return policies, right? You want to include various shipping costs if you have multiple options. If the product has some variations, you want to include those in the description. What I'm trying to say here is that if you do all these things, you're basically allowing the eBay's algorithm to draw from as many data points as possible to ensure that it is serving the buyer with the best item for their query. Let's talk about order fulfilling, folks. So how do you actually fulfill your orders from Walmart? So let's say you set up everything correctly, everything is fine. Your store is actually is on the rise. People are buying your products. So your items has finally sold. Now it is time to fulfill your order and ship the items from Walmart to your eBay buyer, right? Because that's the whole idea. If you want to set up a Walmart or eBay drop shipping, that means that people are buying from your store, you're ordering your items from Walmart, and you need to ship them directly to the eBay buyer. This step is fairly simple, but a lot of dropshippers seem to get stuck here because they are worried that the buyer is going to get details from Walmart and report the listing. This is kind of valid in terms of concern. It is valid, but there are a few things you need to do when fulfilling orders to make sure that Walmart does not communicate with your buyer to help prevent this kind of conflict of interest. So what you want to do is that you want to set up two separate windows. You want to open up your sold item on eBay and the Walmart listing. Okay, and what you do is you will need to start the checkout on Walmart as usual. However, instead of filling out your details, you will fill out the customer details. So for the phone number and the email address, you can use your own details because you want to prevent Walmart from sending the buyer any confirmation emails or tracking updates. So this is how you do it. Try to have those things in two separate emails, two separate windows rather. You also want to read eBay shipping policies. So you want to add tracking information to your order because Walmart is going to provide you with tracking details once the order leaves the warehouse, right? So once they provide that information to you, you'll need to log into your eBay and enter in the tracking details into your listing so that the buyer is able to track the order. And this usually happens after 1 or 2 days, 24 to 48 hours, okay? And if you want to make sure the product arrives in a timely manner, Walmart will offer same-day delivery, in which case you'll receive the tracking much faster. So the whole idea here is to actually make sure that you basically run your store as a business. This is what I was emphasizing earlier, right? You want to actually register as a business so that you just leave your name out of the whole equation. And you also want to make sure that your customer is receiving the order from eBay from your company, not from Walmart. Step number 7, folks, last but not the least, you need to do some promotion here. You got to promote your store. This is important. So if you set up a Walmart to eBay dropshipping store that nobody knows about, guess what? You're losing money. You're losing money. So there are a few things you need to do to actually push your store to the top of the search results and increase your eBay sales right away. There are a lot of them. First, try to list new items every single day. If you have an active store and you offer new products on an ongoing basis, the algorithm is going to reward you, right? And this is important. The keyword here is ongoing basis, continually. You have to constantly list new products. And one thing you need to understand here is that new items also show up at the top of the newly listed option on eBay's search. You also want to you can try an eBay promoted listings campaigns, for example. Use keywords to attract views. You want to ship fast and free whenever possible. You want to try to remove negative reviews. This is important. I'm not saying you have to remove negative reviews because they're negative, but you want to actually respond to to the reviewer and trying to understand why the review was negative in the first place. You want to get eBay top-rated seller status. This will take a while. It's very competitive out there, but it is possible. Okay, try to offer a generous returns policy. Because one thing we have seen in our research is that if you have a strict return policy, this is a pretty big turnoff when you are considering making a purchase, right? Think about it. One thing I also want to say here is that eBay's search engine favors listings with a return policy above 30 days. So this is something you really want to include in your listing. Don't forget to have the money back guarantee also. You want to share your listing on social media, right? It's all about spreading the word as much as possible. Use the Markdown Manager tool to run sales on eBay. You want to refresh your store using bulk edit. Use email marketing. Always try to sell at the right price. Okay. Maintain great seller ratings. 100% positive feedback is always great. Always great. You also want to include enough high quality images per product. Provide great customer service. You want to write clear descriptions. I've already mentioned that. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was explaining to you how to set up a Walmart to eBay dropshipping business. And first, you want to set up eBay. Number 2, you want to have eBay managed payments. Number 3, you want to set up your Walmart dropshipping. Number 4, you want to source items on Walmart. Number 5, you want to list your items. Number 6, you want to fulfill orders. And number 7, you want to promote your store. Thank you so much for your attention. I'll see you next time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.